Everybody, it's Victor. It's time for nothing run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. Hope you all are having a great start to your midweek here. We did have another video across 3,000 likes over the midweek portion of this week, so thank you all very much for making it possible. Not only 21 away, as exactly 3 weeks from the worst run of the Repentance era redo, and yes, that nomination form is coming by the end of this week, probably going to be on Friday, so a couple days from now, we gonna get it started. Here is your meme of the day. Brought to you this time around by Hedge Hopping Rhino. Title thread was on the day of Sinvicta's daughter's wedding. I can't do a Marlon Brando impersonation. Isn't that who it is in there, The Godfather? I've seen The Godfather a couple of times, but never like in full, and also like not at an age that like I remember most of it because it was a long time ago. I mean, like 100 years ago is when the last time I saw it. Thank you very much, Hedge Hopping Rhino. I do love how Sissy was the cat in the meantime there. CJ is going to be Victor Kilo 8-1, 8 Juliet 6-7. We've got, we're starting off with Spider Bite and Trinket Smelter. Problem is Trinket Smelter did not give us a trinket to start with, so. But who knows? I mean, we haven't had Trinket Smelter in a while, especially a Trinket Smelter start, so this could be interesting, question mark, I guess. I am worried a little bit about about 2.08 is a really not great tears rate. It's a great slow there by Spider Bite. Spider Bite, by the way, is going to be an on proc hit that slows down enemies. This room is actually like hell itself right now. And not in like a cool heavy metal way, but like a I don't want to be here sort of way. Thank you. The Magician card here. Also, my APC unit's going off for some odd reason, making me think that we've got a storm on the way again. Dude, it's way too early for us to have another storm. I appreciate that we're getting more rain. I like the rain. I like thunderstorms, all that kind of good stuff, but not like this. It is way too early. We're just now starting to get power around town, team. Like, can we just hold off for a little bit here? I'm asking you to toss me a freaking bone right now. All right. We're gonna have to go through the painful process going through every one of these fires because we need to get some kind of early game economy here. And I have a feeling this is going to be a very long first floor, just judging by the map layout and just the fact that our stats are not great. I'm going to go to last week's question of the episode right now because we're talking about money, and also this was on point. This was from the 900 episode, which of course was celebrating the 900th win on this current Repentance streak. And this one was sent in by Verbote3680, who said, question of the episode. This one's a long one, so bear with me. Question of the episode, would you like to see some other items that impact your stats based on money held? A thought I had would be something like time is money, where more money equals more movement speed. What ones would you like to see, and do you have some clever names for them? Do you think items like this should also have a downside, i.e. money has a weight, so more money equals less movement speed, but more of something else? Money equals power. I like the idea of the item. It's always going to be good. I've called it in the past many times. It is an evergreen item, right? You're always going to be able to get benefit out of it. So I would want something along those lines up to a certain point. And I don't really have too many clever names, but I do have an idea that would be cool for one in particular. It's an item that I would like to call the root of all evil. Oh man, much needed tears upgrade here from Sad Onion. I would have a money item called the Root of All Evil, and what it would do is every single time you pick up a coin, whether it doesn't matter the denomination, it is going to impact your Devil Deal chances. Now the trade-off for this is that as soon as you pick this up, you no longer have fixed Devil Deal or Angel Deal rates. They are 100% reliability. They are tied to your money. So in other words, as soon as you pick up Root of All Evil, you will no longer be able to get a Devil Deal to spawn naturally. However, it is always going to be tied to the current amount of money held. So what that means is that you would be forced to kind of hold on to all the money that you could, and every single time you get a coin, it's going to raise your percentage by 1 up to 100%. Or 99% essentially. So you would never get to 100% technically, unless of course you had something like deep pockets, then it goes on from there. So an item like that, you would really have to try to balance hey, do I want a devil deal here, or do we need the shop? Or are we okay with not getting an angel deal, assuming that you were able to have a choice between Angel or Devil Deals for the entire run, or if you had duality, something like that. So I would love to see the Root of All Evil would be the name of my item for that. Now, other people in that thread were saying there's like, I think somebody said it was Armageddon Craft said more money equals more problem, which means more tiers rate. I think that would be a little bit too strong. But, you know, it's along the same lines of you just get stats for holding on to money. The only thing that I can say would be that would complicate stuff like that is that what if you already have money equals power? Is it additive? Is it multiplicative? Is it subtractive? Like, I mean, or does it just straight up stack? I mean, that sounds pretty dang strong, having a 0.99 tiers up and also all the damage up you get. Or, you know, it may not even scale 1-to-1. It might scale even higher than that. I would see balance issues being a little bit of a problem with that. We are going to go back all the way to the shop so we get that soul heart. We did end up taking chaos here, which I'm not sure if that was a great idea, but I was hoping that we would get a little bit of help from the boss, but we didn't. Of course, if you don't know what chaos does, chaos is going to basically merge all the item pools into one. So we now no longer have Devil Deals. We can get Devil Deals items in item rooms. We can get Angel Deal items in shops. We can get secret room items from bosses, that sort of thing. Continuing on to that thread, Zelix953 or Zelix953 said, long-term investment, kind of like how the Bloody Cross, the one that turns all red hearts into damage for the floor. Investments would drain all your money for stats at the start of the floor, but you keep the buffs. Yeah, I don't want my stats to be drained. I would probably never pick that item up. But yeah, I think that items like that appeal to me because you're already. It goes back to value, right? You're already getting something that you're getting something for something that you're going to be doing anyway. You're getting stats, you're getting power, your curve is going up, that sort of thing. I like those kind of ideas. The sort of, you know, it's more strategical because you have to balance. Hey, do I want to spend money or do I want these stats? Do I need to get a Devil Deal here, or can I afford to substitute a shop item for a possible crappy Devil Deal? Or I'll do you one better. What if we end up getting something like Chaos and we have the Root of All Evil as our passive, or we get it really, really early on? I think that sort of thing would be, it would make the game, it would give another layer of strategy that a lot of people like to make fun of me for, but also to sort of just give an idea of how deep Isaac can get. It gets the Isaac rabbit hole goes as deep as you want it to. It can be a fun arcadey game, or it can be a really, really, really strong strategic experience. That's right. We've upgraded. It's no longer a game. It's an experience now. All right. We got to have these metaphors here. Not really a metaphor, but I'm going to say it is. Get ourselves a Yave and go into our first item room. It's going to be Greed's Gullet. Speaking of money or speaking of items that revolve around money, that is not an item that I like, at least not for non-keeper runs, but Greed's Gullet, the problem that I have with it is that it subtracts HP. So if you get a lot of money, you gain health for every 25 cents. If you don't spend anything, then yeah, it can be very beneficial. Problem is that as soon as you spend it, that any of that temporary HP you get is gone, unless you have a way to shore up your economy and make back the money that you spend on whatever you spent it on. So that's the reason why I don't like Greed's Gullet, except for Tainted Keeper or regular Keeper, because it does break the HP cap that both of those characters share. Get old Dookie. But yeah, let me know your thoughts about my item, the Root of All Evil, and those of you who are artists out there, if you want to make a sprite for it, maybe we can get a mod going. I don't know. I don't know any mod makers, but I've asked for them before in the past. I don't remember most of them, except the person, White Rabbit. It's the person who made this Invicta mod. I apologize for not memorizing your name. I'm terrible with names. I'm good with memories, bad with names. I mean, no disrespect by it. Take down old Dookie. Now we have a situation on our hands. Ooh. Do we go for angel deals or do we go for devil deals? We know that devil deals are no longer devil deals. So is it worth going for angel deals? Maybe. It's not. Okay. And curse the XL. The stopwatch, well, at least we get in here for free. So the reason why I don't like broken stopwatch, that's another item that people kind of raise a little bit of an eyebrow at. Like a tiny stink over is I like the really super slow proc, but it is a little unreliable when it comes to the movement speed one. And by the way, it also speeds up everything. So AoE slow, great. That affects everything but Isaac. AoE fast means that it does also not affect Isaac, but it makes it very dangerous. Now, is it like a super lethal item? No, I wouldn't say that it's that dangerous, but if you still don't know my style by now, we go mega safe here. All right. I would enjoy one day, whatever we end up doing in the Repentance era to the next phase of everything, I would love to switch it up and start just going insane. Like with taking pills and just taking all kinds of risks, re-rolling, taking like, we got the reverse temperance card. We're gonna take 5 random pills, or we got the reverse whatever, and we're going to roll with random dice effects. Like just off the wall bonkers is something that I would like to do one day. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't pay to be risky in Isaac if you're trying to win. Now, if you're not trying to win, then go for it. By all means, go ham. Also, if you could just die, that'd be great. I don't know how many times we've hit you, but I feel like we've been in here for an eternity. Our damage is not great. That singular spike rock there did more damage than we have in this entire run in one room, I think. What was that? How about we get out of the corner, or the doorway of doom over here? Spider Bite is going to be instrumental in this room here. Bring out that slowing shot, giving us a little bit of time to either let Cube of Meat rotate to the angle that I wanted it to, like you just saw right there, or just by simply giving us a little bit of space to maneuver and fire everything that we can, take these grubs down. Now, unfortunately, unlike yesterday's run, we do not have we don't have My Shadow. My Shadow did work for us. So if you missed yesterday's greed run, go watch it, because it was a short video. It was shorter than usual, but the way that it came together at the very end, I thought was awesome. And having My Shadow there really put a new appreciation for that item in general. And I'm definitely going to start putting a little bit more respect on the name, because it absolutely did work on Ultra Greed yesterday. Yeah, go watch it. It was a good run. I know that some people will get turned off by the greed runs. Some people get turned off by shorter videos, but go watch it. If you want to do me a favor this week, your favor of the week will be to go watch that greed run. If you don't want to watch it, then you know what? Just give it a like. Let me know that you still want to see some greed runs. It's good to switch it up every now and then. We were due for one. It's been like a month or so. I don't remember the last time we actually did a greed run. It feels like a while. But we got to start focusing on this run here, because we are in a situation where our damage is not going to get any better anytime soon. And this is the downside of us taking Chaos. So we have the situation that we're currently in is that we possibly have made this run a lot worse. And I mean a lot worse, if we don't end up getting a Devil Deal item inside of the store or getting one off of the boss or something. By some way, somehow, we need to be able to get a Devil Deal item, because we need offense. Right now, we don't have any. And that plan is going to be severely hindered due to Chaos, which is why it's always a risk. There's good and bad. Chaos sometimes can just go ham, give you like Godhead in the first shop you see. Sacred Heart inside of like a cursed chest. or sometimes it can really just gimp your run to the point where you just do not have any sense of like a normal run in terms of items. Like you don't get boss items, you don't get golden chest items, you don't get regular item room items. You get like just a bunch of garbage. So that is always the downside of Chaos, but the upside here is that it was very, very, very early on, and I'm hoping that we get rewarded for our gamble here. Just we want to pay out here. My payout, if you want to pay me out, game, Brimstone. I know it's been not that long since we had Brimstone, but I would love to get Brimstone. Sacred Heart Brimstone, just every run. Wouldn't that be fun to watch? I don't think anyone would watch. Yeah, this is a terrible room for us. Really trying hard not to use a bomb because we don't have a whole lot. Got to get the open-eyed Globin out first. We cannot let him go around. He's slowing here. Again, Spider Bite makes all this possible. That was the last second shot that ended up getting us there. Now we can be more patient. We do not want them to go around on us and cut us off. That's why you see me not moving till the very last second in this run, or in this room. You do not want to let them get the wraparound on you. Otherwise, you will get hit. And they hit hard. And, okay. So there's a totally legit reason why to come to the north and northwest of this map, everybody. You see it right here. We're just looking for, thank you, Infamy. Looking for the item room and the shop game. Just looking for the item room. Now, surely it's not going to be over here in this corner, and we're just doing this for a big waste of time. It's not gonna extend upward, right? So this XL floor is bad. It's not as bad as it normally is. It's still bad. It's still the worst curse of all time. But at least we have Chaos, and we might be able to sneak a Devil Deal item out of the shop. But remember, as soon as you get an XL floor, you get screwed out of multiple things. These things include, but are not limited to, you're down one Devil Deal. You're down one boss challenge room or mob challenge room. You're down one shop, you're down one secret room, you're down one super secret room. These are just the things that you lose by just being on an XL floor. That's at the base level. We're not even going to talk about the fact that you may not get any items in your secret rooms, you may not get any items, or you may not have like a temperance machine or an arcade or anything like that. You're just not going to get any of that. So it's very important for you to gain any type of profit that you can while you're on an XL floor. Otherwise, it is extremely dangerous, especially for a run that doesn't have very good damage or stats. Right now, we got saved a little bit by Sad Onion, but that's not going to be enough to carry us through an entire run. So we really need to pray for a good couple of boss drops here. And as much as I want to go in with Cube of Meat for offense, we just simply can't. Sane is not a great matchup for us here. You're seeing that slowing effect that I was talking about last week, creating problems here whenever you've got multiple shots coming at you at once. You can inadvertently create this wall of damage that you can no longer get around without blocking or just taking a hit because you're slowing down some of them and then some speed up at the exact same time. Yeah, this is a bad angle for us here. And right there, the shot was slowed enough to the point where it looked like it collided with the wall, but apparently not. Apparently we backed into it, so. Inch Nails is a good damage upgrade, so it's We're on the way, but we need more. We need more. The knockback is nice. Damage upgrade is excellent. We need more. We cannot expect to get an Angel Deal or Devil Deal here, so just don't even bother. And even if we do, remember we have Chaos. So that is not going to be a reliable avenue for us to improve this run. The reason why I'm saying all this is not to sound like a broken record, but you need to keep your perspectives in line and focus. You got to make sure you know exactly what you want. How could you possibly know how to improve your run without focusing on what do we need? What do we need? We need damage. We got damage. It's going to kill our tears rate, but now we've got some oomph. And another XL floor. Okay, game. Well, we're either going to have two really back-to-back short videos or one really long video today because, wow. Back-to-back XL floors is actually the worst. So that is now, again, at the base level, we've lost now 2 shops, 2 secret rooms, 2 super secret rooms, 2 ultra secret rooms, 2 boss trap rooms or mob trap rooms, 2 sacrifice rooms or libraries or planetariums or arcades. We've lost 2 devil deals or angel deals. We've lost 2 shops. Again, that is just at the base level of what we've lost. But it's important to reiterate to yourself, not aloud, of course, but because you might sound like a crazy person. But it's important to reiterate to yourself, hey, this is what's wrong. This is what we need. This is what we need. By the way, this is what we need. Like if you hurt your elbow or if you hurt your knee or just doing something and you end up getting injured, what does your body tell you? Hey, our head hurts. Hey, my foot hurts. Hey, we got to get this treated. How are you going to know what you're going to need to fix whatever's wrong with you without making sure you know exactly what's wrong at the current time? That's what we're talking about when we say we need damage, we need tears, we need movement speed. It's just sort of it's not really a chant, but you're keeping your mind focused. Have a goal. Isaac is all about goals sometimes. I'm gonna save the key because we might end up finding a golden chest. A D-Bizzle, the other D-Bizzle. Now, the perfect item would be something that is independent from our tears rate, that still scales extremely well with damage. The most obvious and best choice for us right now would be Mom's Knife. Mom's Knife. Second in line would definitely be Maw of the Void. There goes our Devil Deal chance, because we have no soul hearts. And it was only a matter of time. So now that's officially going to be, unless we just get super lucky, that's going to be 3 Devil Deals that we have lost. Because of XL floors. And it is that bad, man. Now, I'll be honest, if we didn't have Spider Bite, we are cooked. So Spider Bite really doing some work here, but man, XL floors it takes all the excitement that you would have in a run and just ends it. It just kills the momentum. It really, really does. Some people don't think like me. That's fine. Some people don't think that there's any problem with XL floors. You just have to understand just how detrimental it is to any run. I try to emphasize this stuff because it's facts that honestly people don't think about. They think, oh, it's just an XL floor. Who cares? You get to clear 2 floors at once. What's the big whoop? There's quite a big whoop, actually. Curse of the Blind, yeah, it's annoying, but you don't lose any items because of it, right? It's up to the player's choice at the end of the day to take or not take a blind item. Curse of the XL, it takes all the choice away from the player, and that's something that I will never be in favor of in this game, or any game, really. By absolutely no fault or will of your own did you lose all this stuff. So, yeah, XL, it's real bad. The Labyrinth is real bad. Okay. And we'll see how many rooms it takes for us before we get through this void of a labyrinth, before we finally find our second item room or shop. Eternal Heart, you can just kiss that goodbye right now, brother. I can tell you that. I also have noticed how we have not seen really any trinkets other than the monkey's paw, which may actually come into play here. I mean, belly button's fine and all, but when we have trinket smelter, we don't need belly button, but it is nice. I mean, it's cool. Have dual trinket slots in case we do actually get a better space bar item. I do think that trinket smelter is good, but it doesn't get, once you use it, its role is over, right? It's not like Crack the Skizzle. It has no synergies with anything like Nun's Habit or like the 4.5 volt, like that can help you increase your killing power or make the run just that much better for you. Big fan. 1 of 3 for Beelzebub. This is gonna be towards the boss, isn't it? Yeah, Yellow Chub is actually legitimately dangerous here. You need Spider Bite to go off. I stand by my statement that if we didn't have Spider Bite, we would probably be cooked right now, and it would have happened in those Globin rooms. This is a bad room. This is a real bad room. It's a bad matchup. The combination of bad movement speed, bad shot speed, and bad tears rate, even though we're hitting very hard thanks to Eve's Mascara, this is a recipe for disaster room here. Boomerang is boomer bad. Just still looking for the item room here in the shop. We make our way through this, what is very quickly, rapidly becoming crawl status here. We're all, I mean, it's hard for me to say struggle bus because our damage is very good. But man. Back to back Curse the XLs, it's gonna bum you out, man. And this is definitely a picture proof poster child positive. That anyone who says that, well, at least you get faster runs, yeah, okay. That is not gonna be the case here. Okay. Yeah. And it looks like we're going to be doing the required full clear of the day. There goes our Eternal Heart, as inevitable as possible. Lover's card doesn't really matter. There's a tinted rock here. We're not okay, y'all. We are not safe in this run. Not by a long shot. The second you think that we're going to be fine in this run is when we lose. This is a very, very easily losable run, even with the damage that we have right now. And I'm starting to take into account the fact that other than the back-to-back XL floors, which really, really hurt, Chaos, unless if we have an absolute monster chest here, which we already know it's going to be greed, is a bust. And we end up getting a little chest. There's nothing else we can buy. That's our last shop of the entire run, so. Oh boy. All right. Oh. We can take the Soul of Azazel here. And see what we can muster on this first boss. I have a 46% chance for something to happen after the second boss, which is also known as Mom. Get the Meat Cleaver. Meat Cleaver. The Meat Cleaver. Cool card there, but we're certainly not going to need it. Although I could go into the mob trap room. We have 7 keys. There's no reason for us to not go into the mob trap room at least to see maybe if we can get something out of a golden chest by some miracle. But this is going to be a run where we're gonna have to start pulling out all the stops here. We only have 4 bombs. I'm not gonna risk looking for other possible places on. I get this is like a void level size floor here. Golden chest, we came all the way back here for you. Don't disappoint me. You've beyond disappointed me. I'm going to go in the curse room. There's plenty of red hearts, so again, the upside here is just... The upside here is possibly something good, but... Monster Manual, I mean, it's technically better than Trinket Smelter in this spot. Because at least it has some level of assistance. But it's definitely rough out here, Sarge. Now, this is definitely one of those runs where I would love to see a side-by-side comparison of someone, not me, of course, but someone doing a side-by-side comparison with this without having chaos to really illustrate how detrimental chaos can be if RNG does not work out in your favor. I'm not anticipating getting out of this hitless, by the way. And again, even if we do somehow get an Angel Deal or Devil Deal, it's probably not going to contain an Angel or Devil Deal item in it. Well, it's about as close as it gets. Yep. And I somehow thought we were going to get another XL floor. At this point, it would have been fine because we're not losing anything. You've already taken everything you could from us, game. At this point, you might as well give us another XL floor. One thing is for sure, we cannot lose this Emperor card under any stretch of the imagination. At this point, an HP upgrade is like solid gold. You got to hold on to it for its worth and value, and hope that it stops us from dying. Dude, our shots can't even keep up with the guts right now. Okay, we have a Demon Judgment. If we really, really, really wanted to get fancy with it, we cannot avoid damage in here. Oh, wow, we actually sniped it. I didn't think that a shot was going to be able to get through there diagonally, so that's surprising. Okay, Monster Manual is almost off cooldown, so we'll get, hopefully, some help. cannot go into a curse room, even with 4 HP. Well, I guess we could if we really wanted to. We have 4 HP on the ground, or we have 2 HP on the ground right now, which would pay for it. But at the same time, I would rather not just spend HP to possibly get nothing, to usually get nothing in a curse room, when it may save our lives here. Monster Manual gives us, okay, gives us a fly. We don't know what this card could be, and it honestly couldn't be anything that I would want, other than the reverse Hierophant card, which it is not. There's a Tinted Rock over here. So the question becomes now, do we take this Tinted Rock, full knowing that we probably are going to lose it before the boss or on the boss, or do we just wait until we're done with this floor? I'm going to take it because I think that we're right next to the boss up here. Room is a exercise in controlling your outgoing damage. There's that soul heart. I was just talking about. Yeah, we are definitely full on crawl territory here. I mean, we have to hope that we get something out of this boss. This is really and truly our last hope. Because if you think about it, we are not going to get any other item at this point, or have a chance for another item until after Isaac in the chest. And fighting Isaac with these stats is not going to be fun. It is not going to be easy. That's if we make it past Room 2. I mean, it's that dangerous right now. Great block by Infamy. Finally get to the boss fight. And I'm under no pretenses here. We are most likely not going to get an extra item here from the Angel or Devil Deal. There's second Fly Orbital, which is fine by me, but we're not. Yeah, we'll be lucky if we live through this fight. Hitless is not going to happen. Yeah. Don't know what hit me there. You have 1.5 HP. We have Mr. Me. I believe that we are on 3.5 HP now. Yeah. Takes us, I think, back to full HP if my count is correct. It was not. Glad I didn't go in the curse room. Okay, now we're at 4 HP. And that is the reason why I did not want to go in the curse room. For that exact reason. Matriarch was probably the worst fight that we could have ever not hoped for. We've also had a very distinct lack of secret room gets on this run, because the maps have been absolutely horrible, or they've been at Curse the XLs. So this is feeling like a perfect storm of disaster coming up for us. And it's not going to get any easier. So we've at this point, I don't even know. I mean, Mr. Me is not. Mr. Me can help us with challenge rooms and stuff. Is that better than Monster Manual. I mean, Monster Manual didn't do anything for us this floor. Like, we had the orbitals, and they did some damage, but we already have orbitals. Mr. Me can at least add pressure on a boss and grab stuff that we don't have any access to. So I'm going to roll Mr. Me, but this is a desperate here. When we're relying on Mr. Me to get us out of bad situations, you know that we're in a bad situation. I scoff at pause, but we may end up having to leave with pause, to be honest. With this many orbitals, that might be the only option we've got. And I gotta be a not idiot and end up shooting while I'm trying. Forget angel deals and devil deals. It comes down to, we are in survival mode. It's been sheer survival mode for this entire second half of this run. Would I re-roll? I think you have to. It gets rid of chaos, and it gives us a chance to get something better. Our damage is not everything in this run. What's going to kill us is going to be lack of movement speed and lack of shot speed, because we have no tears rate to speak of. Our DPS is not good. Okay, we cannot re-roll this soul heart, but I also don't want to take this soul heart, so I'm going to ignore the D20 room for now. And Mr. Me is not bad. If you don't know what Mr. Me is, it's an active item that will pretty much adhere to anything that you target. So if you target a locked door, for example, he will open it for you. If you target a boss trap room that you don't have any access to, he will open it for you. If you need a bomb, if you don't have any bombs, you can target like just a rock or a stone or skull or whatever, or tinted rock or secret room, and he will open it for you. He has 2 soul hearts that Gimpy's paid out with. Good. I do not necessarily want to go down to 1.5 hearts here. We do have the Polaroid, but that doesn't mean that we're invincible. I'm waiting to go into the vault for Mr. Me because I don't want to lose these keys. Secret room has to be here. Hold out hope that we get a library or something like that. Super secret room is most likely north of this room. Okay, so let's go back into the vault. Reason why I'm not picking up the soul hearts yet is because we don't have a devil deal or angel deal to worry about. Okay, this is another big room here. I'm gonna take the bomb. I'm gonna leave the key because we are going to pop. We are going to use this this free room. We just have to beat Mom's. We have to beat Mom's heart first. So everything that we're leaving on the ground is going to be re-rolled by a global D20. Just what we're really hoping for, to be quite honest, is an eternal heart or a couple. As soon as we take damage, we go in kamikaze style and try to get as much damage with the orbitals as possible. This is some extremely difficult maneuvering here with 1.01 movement speed, though. And the shot speed makes it even worse. We almost got bodied by Wretched, so... we may have to re-roll now. It's beginning to look like we are not going to be able to reliably and safely go into any room with anything less than 3 HP. And I really do not want to take these soul hearts. If we can get one red half heart that's actually accessible, that would put us in a much better spot. really is the perfect storm of disaster here. With voluntarily taking chaos, which was a mistake by this point, is a confirmed fact that that was a mistake. Hindsight's always 20/20. Trying to have a little fun. This is what happens when you try to have a little fun in Isaac. You get punished for it. So remember we were talking about how, oh man, I would love to do some wild, wacky, crazy stuff, but taking risk in Isaac is never worth it. This would be one of those risks. It's a calculated risk, but a risk nonetheless that did not pay out for us. That combined with the back-to-back XL floors made a absolutely torturous experience. And it's not over yet. We are not even halfway done with this. I wish I was joking, but we are not. So strap yourselves in, boys and girls, because we have ourselves quite the journey on our hands. We are absolutely going to have to go with pause. Which I can't believe that we're saying, but the problem with that is that we have to do an entire boss trap room in order to get it. And I don't know if it's going to be worth the risk. I should try to leave some stuff on the ground for re-rolling. Gotta attack these rooms one at a time. You just gotta win one fight at a time. One-on-one every single go. This is the only way you can approach it. Finally, look at this. Just... This is gonna be fun to try to hit. Yep. Thank you, little chest. We have the supercharge inside of the secret room, so I'm going to use Mr. Me offensively here, and that's the state that we're in right now. Doing great, Mr. Me. I can use bombs here for offense. We just have to just grit our teeth and just deal with it. At the last possible second, but we made it alive. Okay. We're gonna take the soul hearts. And I don't know about doing a boss trap room with just to get pause. The important thing to hold on to here is the soul hearts. I'm going to take one and we're going to try for pause. I hate using a double charge for this, but at least we can use Mr. Me for DPS inside the boss trap room. But this is a absolutely massive risk here that may or may not end up being worth it. I'm not sure. Pause would allow us to attack Isaac without him moving for a very long time. Unless, well, Mr. Me could get us out of here, actually. With a full charge of Mr. Me, we might be able to get out. Gonna leave this full heart, or this half heart on the ground. Good. Any old crap on the ground is fine right now. So Pause is gonna be our boy here. Anyone out there thinking like, oh, why don't you just take the pills? It couldn't get any worse. Imagine a scenario where we lose movement speed. Okay. Imagine a scenario where we lose movement speed or tears on a run like this. Yeah. We'll see what things rolled into here. Looks like we got a golden chest, so that might give us a little bit. I mean, we just want red hearts at this point. It's not golden chest that I was wanting or hoping for, but we have a second chance over here at this chest. I'm not sure where the super secret room is. No. So Pause will give us up to 30 seconds of the enemies just not being able to move. Now, a danger to consider is getting too close with Pause, try to deal damage to Isaac. Oh boy, this is... I don't have a good feeling about this. We're gonna keep going, but man, this is bad. If anything, that boss trap room should have told you everything you needed to know about this run. How fast our HP is gonna get gobbled up by some random Isaac crap. Yeah, let this room be what I was just talking about. Let this room be an instant reminder to you. No, we cannot. It looks like we have another map that is, how you say, not good. Isaac's Fork. It's something. It can heal us on clearing a room. Lord knows we're going to be doing a lot of that. We're going to have to pull out every trick we know in the book. We can't get too close to use the orbitals unless we're using Pause. Can't use Pause unless we have a full charge. You're not get a full charge unless we clear a room. So it all comes together. I'm going to use Pause in this room. Yeah, double mega fatty. This is awful. What? That poop was in range of us? We can't do this room. Even with Pause, we just cannot do it. We somehow made it straight to Isaac, but now, of course, we do not have a full charge on Pause. Which means that we have to go back through the Mega Fatty room to get a full charge, if we live. Through this room here. Or we bomb our way through the Mega Fatty room and try to find an easier room to take down. Because this room ain't happening, y'all. 2.5 HP is not enough to beat Isaac. These stats. I mean, we are firmly in the running for maybe the worst run of the year now. That's how bad off we are, and I absolutely want to see a side-by-side comparison of what this run would look like if we didn't take Chaos. We have to use Soul Blue Baby, and we're going to have to come back and get this Emperor card again. That's our only chance here. Okay, we're going to go inside. We're going to immediately rip pause. Apparently, using the Soul Blue Baby cancels pause, so that's cool. Well, we can stand on the creep here, but we are so close to Isaac, this is not ideal. Back-to-back great blocks by Infamy. Our shot speed is so low, it can barely make Isaac from even this distance. We can't even use bombs for offense because we have to go back and get this Emperor card. Isaac landed on the creep. E-Biz will take us home. It's not over yet. We don't have a half heart to go off of, but we have the fork. Now, we have to get something from the chest. Otherwise, we don't have a full charge on pause. Unless the skinny room to the left of us is easy, we're going to have to rip the Emperor card. I will go check to see if what's in there and hopefully get some help with pause, but we are solely dependent on this chest now being good. Chaos, you've abused us for 58 minutes and 30 seconds. Now's the time when you need to pay out. Otherwise, you will never be taken again for the rest of this year, willingly. That's what you have to look forward to, son. Lead pencil's good. Take lead pencil. Slip rib, it reflects enemy projectiles. It's something, but not ideal. Book of Shadows is fantastic. And then hypercoagulation. That's it. Did we get an easy room over here? No. So this is it right here. I've never seen worse shot speed than this. Ease Mascara, by the way, is still great. It's not what sunk us on this run, or almost did. And we're not. I'm not going to say anything until we're done. We are far from done with being done with this run. It is not over by any shot. Even with Book of Shadows, we don't deal enough damage to take him out before the 8 seconds is up. Another great block by Slip Rib. I mean, we cannot hit Blue Baby from the door. We are not even 25% done with this fight, bro. Okay, we got the slowest spider bite. Things get easier from here on out. Nowhere near as bad as Blue Baby Phase 1. Great block by Infamy. Earning its keep. Nice proc there on the poison by Dead Tooth, of all things. We're trying to get any kind of offense we can. There's a half heart right there. If we go down to a half heart interval, we will be able to get Polar Invincibility if we take the damage. Yeah, like we have the movement speed to keep up with hypercoagulation. We are almost 50% of the way there. Gotta pick up the half heart now while we can. Back out. We let D-Bizzle do its thing. This is very reminiscent of the Dead episode from way back when, many years ago, where D-Bizzle earned the title of the People's Champ. Great block by Cuban Meat there. We don't pull the trigger on Book of Shadows until he's at 10%. We just let D-Bizzle do his thing. The other D-Bizzle. The original D-Bizzle. We are still not at 10% yet. Good slow by Spider Bite. Got bombs. Going with Book of Shadows. Get me the hell out of this run. That one doesn't deserve a like from you. Not sure what does, because, man, the crawl of all crawls. Whoever does that redoes that run again without taking Chaos, let me know the results down below. I'd prefer you post some picture proof of the run. That would be nice. Instead of just saying, it had Brimstone, it had Chaos, or it had Sacred Art without Chaos. But if you do, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Nicholas Fernald, Emil Caban, and Enrico Ree. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.